I've been to Africa.
You have been to Mudmania!
We're getting scammed multiple times, like being in a lot of danger, things going very wrong. We got into a car accident. What? We go to pay, boom, scammed, 300 quid. But we did some crazy things, bro. Busted my face open, bleeding. I'll be real, I'm just right now. Like,
where's Joe gone? I've been a big sufferer of food poisoning this week. I myself. Oh, it's really hot, like I'm a bit...
Is this episode cursed?
Konnichiwa, Wafflin Mafia.
¿Cómo estás?
I just want you to know that we love you with our entire hearts, because that is what we're here to do. Give and receive love.
Yeah, we are. I don't really know where you're going with this.
Donald Trump.
What do you mean Donald Trump? Well, so I've got a nice tan, I look healthy and I'm glowing.
You've gone away and come back orange.
I'm an Afrikaans man.
No, mate, I'm not being funny. You've been on the sunbeds.
No, I haven't.
You have. I bet what you
did,
did,
look
right?
fake.
I bet what you did. You knew you go somewhere hot, so before you went on the bed, and now you've been addicted to it. And now when you come back, you've been on the beds again. And actually, you've looked like you've aged a few years as well.
Wait, Theo, why? Wait, what are you going to back that up with? Go on. What are you saying?
No, I think it's returning back to the trim. Does it? It adds some years onto you.
Yeah, I look like a mature African man.
You do not. Mate, I'm telling you now, you're orange.
Okay, well...
You also have your teeth whitened as well.
No. Look, so when you have darker skin like mine, it comes up with being whiter. Anyways, I know you're going to try and take the mickey, but I've had a really nice time in Africa, actually.
You look very happy and healthy.
Yeah, it's not fake. In fact, I actually got most of this tan from Brighton.
It has been lovely.
Yeah, it's been really sun. Not from the beds, but from the actual sun. Anyways, more importantly, boys, something I know you're looking at me and thinking, who would win in a scrap? 100
men.
Of me? Oh.
Definitely not you, mate.
100 men or one singular big fat gorilla?
No, silverback gorilla. We're talking like the alpha male of all animals.
Is it specified as a gorilla?
Yes, that's exactly what the meme is, mate.
Is it specified?
No, a silverback. It's
a silverback gorilla, mate. They are monsters. They are humongous. These animals are built to fight.
They are. And what's been going around, if those of you that don't know, this thing that's circling the whole of social media is people are having a debate. And I actually think it's quite a simple debate, if I'm transparent with you.
Go on.
I think it would take about 40 men to take down a singular gorilla.
I think you're so wrong, mate. I don't think a single...
No, I've been to Africa.
Oh, yeah. Did you see any?
What does that mean? That doesn't mean
saw a lion.
I was in the same country as gorillas.
You saw a
Uganda.
lion. You saw a lion.
Yes.
A hippo?
Yeah.
Giraffe?
Yes.
Did you see any silverback gorillas?
No.
But
I was sharing land with them, and I was speaking with the locals. And also, I have some bonkers things to share with you boys and the Wafflin Mafia, but maybe I should be more private.
Before this week's episode, I was looking through all of the Wafflin Mafia's anonymous submissions, and it made me realise you lot really trust us with your personal information.
Now, guys, we share a lot of our personal information on this show, and you know what? I'm glad that we keep some of it exclusively in the group chat.
Which is why we keep everyone anonymous when we read out your messages, as we know privacy is important, which is why we want to talk to you about today's sponsor, Incogni.
Every year, both the number and scope of data breaches worldwide are rising, and the likelihood of your own data getting breached is constantly increasing as well. Data brokers aggregate your personal information, including your names and aliases, social security number, login credentials, home address, location history, online activity, and much more. All of this is available for purchase by businesses and could fall into the hands of criminals.
And of course, guys, we all have that one friend that struggles to keep things private.
Protect your privacy in 3 easy steps. Create an account and tell us whose personal data we'll be removing. Incogni will contact data brokers on your behalf to request your personal data removal. The whole process is automated, so they will handle any objections from data brokers and keep you updated on our progress every step of the way.
How it actually works. Incogni reaches out to data brokers on your behalf, guys, requests your personal data removal and deals with any objections from their side. Since many data brokers continue collecting your personal information even after they've removed it. We also take care that your data stays off the market by conducting repeated removal requests. This means that whenever a new record pops up on a data broker site, Incogni will automatically take care of it.
Take your personal data back with Incogni and use code Wafflin at the link below to get 60% off an annual plan. That's incogni.com/wafflin and you will get a lovely 60% off of that lovely annual plan. Back on with the show.
But obviously, let's address the elephant in the room.
What's that, Malfoy?
You're orange, but you're orange for a reason. And that is because you have been to Mudmania! Yeah!
Mate, that's your
Mud.
first...
Mania.
I'm
Mud.
a muddy boy.
You actually, mate, by the way,
What?
I don't know if you saw, it's all over TikTok.
Yeah,
It is, and
you
what's
banged.
difficult is like we've been filming like a Netflix documentary. No, we've been trying really hard. Like obviously, first time working with my new camera guy and editor, and like we just tried so hard to make like the best bit of
Yeah.
content. But obviously, what naturally happens is it gets onto TikTok and people like that were filming in the crowd, and it's like, oh, people have already seen the match.
But no, but they haven't though, because it builds the hype up,
I
mate.
suppose
And I
seeing
think-
everything that goes into it, because there's a lot of behind the scenes that to get to that point, you know, through getting scammed multiple times, like being in a lot of danger, things going very wrong. You know,
So talk us through, like,
Yeah.
when you boarded that flight to Uganda, like, when you landed, what was the first thing you see? Like, where are you landing? Is it, because this may sound very naive, right?
He's going to say something that's going to get us cancelled.
No, like, how is it built up?
yeah,
Like, is the capital of Uganda like a city?
What is the capital of Uganda?
Kampala.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
It's like a city, like,
well,
is it-
the airport just looked like it was like you see the fields in the distance, and it's like a proper airport.
Oh, it's so sick.
But then, like, you drive on this road that the Japanese have built.
What?
And they're currently paying it off. So the Japanese built this long, proper road, but then once that runs out, you're on mud roads.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
does
yeah.
it just like cut off?
Kind of. And then now you're on like the very difficult to drive roads. On the way from the airport, we got into a car accident.
What?
What?
Yeah. So like the chairman of the WWE Africa, right? So SGW, that's the soft ground wrestling, right? The chairman was driving us, and someone just crashes into the back of his car, drives off, and that's just like he was just like, oh yeah, that happened. That just happened.
Well, and he wasn't asked about it. He wasn't like, fuck my
Yeah, no,
God.
he
What,
was.
you think they're going to share their
no,
insurance details?
That's
No,
the thing.
but I thought you'd like at least
No,
like...
but it's very much like the Wild West a little bit, and obviously, you know, they have the way that they work out there, and that's fine. It all works for them. But if we like when we're first landing there, it's kind of you don't necessarily feel the safest. I'll be transparent.
So you got picked up by the chairman, mate. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that's who we were hanging out around with like pretty much all the time. And we instantly go to a petrol station. Like after that little car incident, to buy the kids of the wrestling federation some food, some like supplies, because obviously I'll be real, like they don't have a lot. So we were like, we wanted to arrive with a bunch of stuff.
Nice.
We go to pay, and they sort of take the card machine a bit back and forward. I don't even think anything about it. But anyways, by the time they actually show it to us to pay, they've added an extra zero.
That is fucked up. That's
They've
such
added
a
an extra
sneaky scam.
zero. Oh, no, they added, this one. No, that was the other time we got scanned. This time, they added a 1 at the beginning. So instead of 800,000 shillings, it was 1.8 million shillings, which was like an extra like 200-300 quid added. And because it doesn't come up, but this is what's weird, it didn't come up the amount until I'd paid, and it was on the receipt that it said the extra amount. So are we trying to buy...
Even so, like, would you have, when it's like those sums of money, like it's so hard to comprehend, like you've just landed as well. And someone, even if you saw 1.8 million, would you even think like, hang on?
I did a little bit of research into like what the
exchange rate
the
stuff,
exchange rates was. But anyways, yeah. So like we're trying to do a good thing. Boom, scammed, 300 quid.
Hold that.
Anyways, they're like, oh no, we can't do anything about it right now. Oh no, it was an accident. Definitely not. Definitely not. Anyways, we just turn up there the next day, and they said, oh yeah, no, we could have cancelled it, but sorry, now that it's with our final bosses, it's going to
bosses?
take at least like 5 to 7 days to maybe come back.
Is this
I'm
at the
like,
petrol station, or are you in the town
petrol
now?
station?
So you went back to the petrol station?
Yeah, that was the next day. But later that original evening, we went to the hotel to then check in, and that's where they added the extra zero, which instead of 1.4 million shillings, it became 14 million shillings, which was an extra £2,000. So they tried to overcharge us £2,000.
But you held your ground there.
Well, yeah, I was like, "Oi, Cal," like my camera geezer. It was like, "Cal, look, watch what they do. See if they do it again." And he must have thought that, like we were watching him do it, And then when I instantly went, what are you doing? He went, oh no, it's because it's technically 10 days because there's 2 rooms. So 5 days and 5 days makes 10 days. So this is the price. And I was like, no, you've added an extra 0. What are you doing? I'm staying here. I literally like, you know what
You're
I mean?
going to have
It's
to
like,
see him every single day in the lobby.
And it was just like, this was day 1. Like, and you know, driving as well, like you're getting looks. Admittedly, there was one time we saw a music video being shot on the way home, and we just jumped out and started dancing with them.
Did you get the video?
Yeah. We've got a video of it. It's the one that I put on TikTok.
Oh, that was a music video. That's sick.
They were shooting, but so it was very like up and down. Very like 1 minute you're like, oh, this is great vibes. Then you're like, oh wait, no, am I being targeted or looking at as a? We're called Mzungus.
What does that mean?
It's like a white person. And
really?
So just Mzungus, and apparently they target Mzungus.
Well, yeah, probably because you've got money as well.
Well, that's what they think, but obviously
they don't know.
Well, I mean, they would have been
broke
right
bitch
with
over
you.
here.
I mean, you did have money. They were scamming the
yeah,
right person.
I don't know if this is like very naive again on my behalf, but I find it like I just didn't like you're just paying by card.
Well, yeah,
Like Apple Pay.
What do you think Africa is?
No, but like he said, he's at a petrol station in the middle of a fucking desert.
When
not
did
the
he
desert.
say the middle of the
Not
desert?
in the
Oh,
desert.
on this mud road, a petrol station, just paying Apple Pay. That's kind of
There wasn't Apple Pay. They didn't have Apple Pay.
okay. Well, you
It was just paying with card. But generally, yeah, that's why you stick to cash because apparently, and they try and make it. Oh, we're just not very educated on the card machines. I'm like,
Yeah,
don't know
that's
about
fucking
that.
tactical. They know
But
that.
other than that, did you feel safe?
Generally, yeah, sticking to where we knew, like, i.e., the hotel room with a locked door. but no. But generally, yeah. But other than that, we only really went to. No, we did go out and about, but we were with the chairman, the Vince McMahon of the Wrestling Federation. I think because we were with him, we were safe and respected.
Yeah,
but like, if not, I think it could have been chaotic. But we did some crazy things, bro. To promote this event, we hired a truck
I
that
saw
played
that.
Ronaldo Chop on repeat.
That is hilarious, man.
And we were all stood on it, like dancing and encouraging. All the kids were running
Dude,
with
you-
us. It was a beautiful thing.
Remember the ones in Thailand? Did you ever see the ones in Thailand?
Yeah, like
going around?
tonight.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
That's
it was
what you
kinda-
were doing?
Kind of like that. And look, as you can see in the video here,
Why are you covered in mud?
because we've just been training.
Are you straight off the back of training, right?
And it's Mudmania. That would make sense, no?
Like, in terms of like logistics, right? This bus, like, how far away are you from your hotel and stuff like that?
Oh
Like,
no, we drove around for about 2 hours on that thing. So yeah, we're far away, but like that was where.
Promoting the event right now. Sending a truck playing Ronaldo Chop round.
How did you get Ronaldo Chop? That's fucking chap.
Hey, look at the kids, ready, right. Look, all just running along.
Oh,
Mate, it was so wholesome. Bro.
yeah, that's cute.
Gonna survive, you ain't gonna block. Yeah, man, it was just like very, very wholesome, and
Wheel it
they
out.
SGW said that they've never been able to like do that before, so we managed to like reach a new audience for them, and it ended up being like 4,000 or 5,000 people that turned up on actual fight night, and it was
I thought
man,
it was
it was-
30,000.
what
Nah.
30,000?
I thought you said it was 30,000.
No, it was. We were aiming for like 3,000, but like it was yeah
30,000. That's like...
Mate, 4,000 or 5,000 round like a little mud ring must feel loads.
And so to get in, it was 5,000 shillings, which is £1. Pretty cool.
Is that a lot?
£1, 5,000. Nah, that's okay.
Oh, yeah,
That's
actually.
okay.
That's
yeah,
one
£1
thing.
to attend.
Like, the cost of things out there. If you were to go for dinner...
Yeah, it was
How much?
fairly cheap to be fair. Like I think we had 2 big meals, as in like proper meals, drinks, fruit on afterwards for like 15 quid.
Oh, that's all right.
all right.
It was okay.
But you at like restaurants and shit.
but that was a proper restaurant that was more expensive. Like,
Yeah.
Was the food class?
it was okay. I enjoyed a bit of goat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mate, have you not tried goat?
But
Nah.
and to be fair, like I did get food poisoning like quite frequently, and even on like I mean, we'll show you the toilet that we had to use.
Yeah, mate.
Have we got the image of that? So that's your toilet that
In
we
your
were
hotel?
using. No, so that was at the wrestling's grounds.
Oh, the training centre.
Did you
sort of
take
no,
thing.
it?
not the train. That was
Oh, that's
that's
actually-
the venue where we would be fighting.
Yeah, that's all right.
Did you
So-
did you take a shit in that?
Bro, I got food poisoning. I leading up to the fight, multiple times I was in there.
Squatting
Wait,
with
but
diarrhea.
apparently that is actually how you're naturally meant to.
Meant to squat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, did you have to wipe or?
Whoa.
Wait, where's the toilet
I'm
paper?
not going into the.
Yeah,
there
because there is
but
no
I-
toilet paper.
Well, it's the thing. Like, I obviously bought some from the petrol station thing. Like when I bought stuff, I brought some then. But like generally, I'm like, I've wanted to ask that question. Like, what do they do
Is there a hose?
when they don't? No, there's not a hose. There is a little bucket of water, but I'm like, is it just get your hand involved?
Probably, yeah.
and just that's it. I
Hey,
don't know.
we've all been there.
I think it's
Wait,
because...
have you done that?
No, I haven't personally done it, but
You said
You
we've
just
all
said
been.
we've all been there.
yeah, I'm just trying to like show a bit of decorum.
I
here
feel
on
like
the
you're
show.
part of something.
No, I've never wiped my ass with my hand. I'm not like I wouldn't do that. What have you?
No. But like, I'm like, generally, out there, they must do.
No, but the thing is, I think it's to do with how you shit. Like,
Whoa.
did you have a toilet in the hotel room?
Yes.
And that had bog roll?
Yes.
Yeah, but humans were naturally meant to,
Squad.
yeah, and toilet paper is not natural.
Yeah. What is interesting though is these guys, when we would be training, they would be like, yeah, we don't drink water when we're training.
Why?
They were like, we think it makes us weaker. And I wonder, there's two ideas here. Wonder if, firstly, when you're desperate for water, is there something that probably does get activated where you are like more fierce and probably more aggressive because you need your survival mode, right? Your body's needing that, so it probably gives you more, I don't know. So then, because you need to find water, I don't know. Or, mate, there probably isn't enough like water to go around because there was like 80 like guys, 80 wrestlers, like girls and guys. And if they were chugging water throughout the whole of training every day, like I just honestly don't think that there's enough
Where would you get your water
to
from?
go around. Just obviously, yeah, look, shops, petrol stations, like so you can buy it.
Yeah, but is there a well? What is wrong with that?
You're so unhinged.
I think there is a
Wait,
well.
sorry, a lot of places have wells. And that's not
I
like
think there was a well.
even
but,
in Britain they have wells.
But what was interesting, guys, and I don't know if this is a bit of a crazy observation, but they actually wouldn't sweat much. So it'd be in boiling heat, working out loads, but they're not. Their body's deciding to retain water rather than use it as sweat.
It's probably because they're so thirsty, right?
I don't know. But it was like,
Potentially, yeah.
if they've become like conditioned in that way, then that's insane.
And they'd be used to the heat as well. But I find that so interesting. Like, surely you need like that's how you cramp. Like, if you don't drink water, like you become more fatigued
And these
quickly.
guys are smashing it. They're all ripped as well. And what we'd eat, like for breakfast, it would be like milky porridge that's not got a lot of porridge in at all. Mostly just milk and maybe a slice of bread. No protein. When I bought eggs, they were like, we've never had eggs before. Like, as in here at the wrestling place, we can't really afford to have eggs. And yeah, I'm like, they were all ripped. I'm like, how are they so ripped and they're not getting any protein, really?
built different, aren't they? Just like they
were like,
work out like beasts. Like they
They just do.
Yeah.
Were they strong as well?
Very strong, yeah. They're very athletic, very
But that's the
strong.
thing with like wrestling and stuff. You it's not just like traditional bodybuilding. Like you're training all the tiny little microfibers and your ligaments and stuff, and you're just like robust.
What makes me think as well is like, are we? I think we definitely are sold a false thing that we need like more antibacterial and soap and all that than we actually need, because these guys just are totally like fine.
Also, their immune system.
Yeah, but if
so
our
strong.
immune system was built up from early, well, I don't think we'd need to buy all the products that
It's
we
true.
do in order to be clean.
And that is true because
Do you know what I mean? 'Cause as well, going in, I know this is from another trip, like after this Uganda one, but living with a tribe in Tanzania, mate, they were drinking from puddles, not flowing water, dirty, muddy puddles. And you will see, I gave it a go to see what happened in the video.
Yeah, but the thing is...
they've been doing that since day, and they like make a juice out of the fruit and mixing it with this puddy water and giving it to the kids, and they're just fine. And I'm like,
Yeah, but I don't think they're always fine. Like, dirty water can be... Like, obviously,
deadly.
you could have, like,
be deadly.
cholera, probably, like, Legionnaire's disease or whatever.
So why are they just all calm and they're all just like fine?
Yeah, but
they've got no choice, mate.
Yeah, but they
Probably aren't fine all the time though. That's the thing. Do you know what I mean?
You saw them while they're all fine. I agree to
they
some
were like-
extent that, like, building the immune system off it. But some things, like, if they drink, like, the wrong puddle, like, it could
No, I feel you.
be deadly.
But what was the? Obviously, you get there, you're settling in, you're meeting your fellow fighters. You meet
My opponent.
what was he called again?
One man army.
One man army.
Mate,
like-
we get
Wait, what
there.
happened to Justin?
No, the Jordan. I was
Oh.
originally meant to fight someone called Jordan. He like borderline broke his neck the week before.
Oh, yeah, shit,
He
you
did a
said.
dodgy move, landed on his neck, and he was like, he couldn't. But this is the thing: they don't have like an ambulance or hospitals nearby. So like one thing that I'm doing, I announced it at the end of my match, is that I want to do a GoFundMe to raise money for them to buy their own ambulance, because then
really
they can
nice,
take
mate.
people instantly. That basically ambulances have priority. So that's what we're trying to raise. But yeah,
How much do you need
if
to
you hurt
raise?
yourself, I mean, we need to raise like $30,000 to be honest, because it's the license to use like an ambulance license
Oh,
that costs a
shit,
lot as well,
yeah.
not just the vehicle.
Mate, that would do so much good as well.
But yeah, and as well, they don't own the grounds that they wrestle on, so we're going to try and help them to buy because they currently have to pay rent. But anyways, One man army.
That's one man army.
He's one man army. He didn't speak the most English, and obviously with wrestling, you actually have to like do a bit of talking
Is it
throughout.
French? Are they speaking French?
No. No.
What do they speak?
Oh, what was that? There was
There's like multiple languages, I'm guessing.
Luganda. Yeah,
Luganda.
Luganda. That's right. That's what they were speaking. Luganda. Yeah. But anyways,
Talk to us about the training.
yeah,
with
the
one man
training
army.
pretty brutal. Like you're rolling around in the mud. Like even just training, like I busted my face
I
open,
saw.
bleeding. Yeah, it was just sort of like very rough and ready, and it just takes it out of you. Like I know this sounds very like first world problems, but getting a flight out there,
In
I
first
didn't,
class.
bro.
Oh, honestly,
I didn't sleep.
Oh, the lay flat bed.
I just didn't
couldn't-
sleep at
couldn't
all. I was
sleep
too
well in the lay
excited.
flat
You
bed.
did upgrade yourself.
Listen,
didn't
I
you?
was too excited. I didn't sleep.
Gosh,
and then
really
I get
tough
there.
that.
I do like 20 minutes of training. I'm fucked, mate. And they're just going at it. And I'm just thinking, it gets
Sorry,
to,
this guy.
Oh man, he's got it rough. You don't
These-
understand.
these-
I
guys
don't
you're
have it-
training
I don't have
with.
it rough at all. It just emphasised to me that like I felt like a pussy.
And takes a big man to admit that you're
Yeah,
a
no, I
pussy.
felt like a pussy, and I just felt like I'm knackered from all the travelling, and then just the day before the fight, still hadn't had the match in place because I had to go lay down.
Oh, poor little Joey.
This just sounds ridiculous.
No, the training did look pretty fucking horrible, if I'm being honest, mate. And do you know what I did? Do you know what I did like and actually kind of respect? Is that you went for it. You didn't hold back.
Yeah,
Like
no, I wanted to do it properly.
without arse licking you, like you know when you like put someone above you and like went like that.
Mate, I
That's
saw
not
you-
easy,
I saw
especially
you
when your
lifted
feet are
him
in the
like
mud.
that.
Yeah. So I invented my own move during the training.
just
I
a
was like,
DDT?
so you have a military press,
Yeah. Not a
which is
DDT.
which is just like lifting the person up. And I was like, you know what this is like? Kitchen sink, right? So let me invent a move called the kitchen sink and do it on him in the match. Did it, and it worked. But
Did you
the
just
thing
lob
is,
him?
Yeah. So you lift him up, but the thing is, he's covered in mud, slippery. I'm stood in mud. Oh mate, it was nuts. But yeah, so I managed to
Did
do
you
that.
catch him like that? How
No,
was it?
got him on my shoulders, lifted him up.
Mate,
But-
shoulder pressed
That
him.
is shoulder pressing a human
Yeah,
being.
a lot of
mate.
it.
Like, how much did he weigh?
Oh, he was about 80 kg.
Shoulder pressing 80 kg when you're battered, covered in mud.
Yeah, no, it was pretty nuts. But like, I'm actually a bit fucked from it all, if I'm honest.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite. When did you get back?
Like, it takes it out of you, and I know again sound like a pussy, but I actually feel like I don't have any banter today.
Yeah, but I think
Oh,
it's,
you do.
Yeah, but a lot of people are just interested because it's such a unique experience.
It is very.
And
unique.
I really hope that you know, when you make your video, I hope that it's not like a YouTube video, and we get to see the real and the
Oh,
realness
you
of
do.
it.
You do. You see me the day before, mate, because I couldn't sleep out there because they play. I know you probably laugh at me, but like they play music all night, and it's so loud, and
Now that's dead.
I just didn't sleep. Since I got there and the flight out there, I hadn't slept up till the night before my fight. The day before my fight, I basically like went crazy because it was like, I have nothing in the tank. I haven't slept. I can't sleep. My match is tomorrow. I haven't got the energy to actually even learn the match. So I basically like had to go into it winging it, like totally winging it. But we managed. I mean, you'll see what
Mate, you
happens.
perform under pressure.
Well,
That's what you did.
no, yeah. I had to just dig deep. I was drawing on like, right, Amazon rainforest, I had to do this. Freaking before the Sidemen match, I didn't freaking sleep and I still pulled through. Like waffling every week, I don't fucking sleep before this, and I've managed to do it. It was just sort of like drawing on all of that and just putting it into play.
And was it sick? Did you get to watch any of the other matches?
No, you get locked in a room because they don't want the audience. Bruv, that's the thing. Out there, they think wrestling's real. The audience believe that the bad guy is actually bad and the good guys, like, they love him and they actually think you hate each other. So if they see you before the match just sort of hanging out, that ruins the whole illusion.
Well, I will say the moves you're doing in there, they are pretty real though. Like I guess.
I mean, yeah, it
That
is
is real, but like the
brutal.
personalities.
Yeah,
that they see
I
on-
guess so.
And
Yeah,
apparently, it went on TV on the Monday. So we did it on the Friday. It got put on TV on the Monday in front of 30 million people
which is
across
crazy.
Uganda.
were you getting recognised?
Yeah. In
Really?
Uganda, yeah. Not in Tanzania, but in Uganda I was.
Really?
Yeah, people
We-
were like, the
we-
wrestling guy, Mzungu.
Oh, were you recognised through
Mania.
Mudmania
Yeah.
as opposed to like, oh, Joe Weller, I love your YouTube.
Yeah, people saw it and was just like, what the... like... They
That's
were...
really cool.
Because they see it all the time as well. The fact that they were actually like, mate, you did sick. Like, well, they didn't say it like that.
Did
but
you
know what I mean?
like?
Yeah.
was
Did
good.
they after the fight with the other wrestlers? Did you earn their respect?
Yeah, I mean, when they all said, yeah, like, great job. They thought I was a wrestler. They didn't think it was my first time.
But I think that's what it was called because I just didn't want it to like be embarrassing.
Yeah,
do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like look like
It's like an
oh,
honour.
what-
You're doing it. It's like an honour. So you don't want to let yourself down and
Yeah,
let
do you
them
know what I
down.
mean?
And obviously, you're obviously Logan Paul's brother.
Mate, that was what was nuts. Do you know what he said? The chairman, his name's Bumbash, yeah. So he said he put my Logan Paul's brother under my name on purpose, as to get it wrong on purpose, because he thought people are going to comment about this, people are going to share this because
Wait,
it's
so he's a
jokes.
marketing genius.
Yeah, so I thought, oh, that's just him being like silly and stupid and not actually realizing. But he was like, no, I did that on purpose because I knew people would think, oh, African, silly, like not understanding, whatever. And I was like, mate, that's genius.
Yeah, that's
Logan commented on it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, bare people commented on it. And I'm
Where
just
was
like,
it
that's so
posted?
smart.
Everywhere.
I have seen it, but like,
I mean,
who-
I posted just that on my Instagram. I did a reel of it, a video. And yeah, like people just obviously found it funny.
yeah,
But
it
so,
was funny.
Off the back of Mudmania, obviously you can see it online, but we won't ruin the result of what happened. You know, looking forward to your video. There's this little spark inside the belly.
What, for wrestling? Yeah, I mean, I think I've definitely got like a natural ability for it. I don't know whether that's just from watching it or just like Logan. We're just sort of natural wrestlers. I don't know, but
Or do you think you prefer
what's
to do more
interesting?
Mudmania?
What's interesting is I definitely have a thing where it's like I do one thing, put all, like hyper fixate on it, go manic with it, and then it's like right now I'm ready for the next thing. I like new challenges, right? But I don't know.
You
Maybe
need to find a way of maybe putting that new challenge within the same thing. So say you with the wrestling going up like that, say Mudmania, tick, right, what's next in wrestling?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
tick,
So I've been
what's
invited
next?
to do some like UK based and actually one in France, like events, which is cool to do. But I think the thing that really excites me is when it's something new. Now I don't know if that's something that I need to like manage, i.e., like constantly doing something new. You can't constantly do something new. Like you will
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to like
Yeah, but I actually
focus on
It's
one
sort of
thing
stimuli
eventually.
almost.
Yeah, it's like constantly needing new stimuli. I don't know, but it was sick. It
I
was
do
sick.
feel like in your industry you can kind of get away with it if you have a format of like doing crazy things. Like, I don't think it has to be wrestling, but if you feel like, oh, I've been there, done that now, what's the next sick thing I can do? I think you can get away with that doing what you do, because it's more about entertainment than, oh, I watch Joe because he does all these wrestling videos.
But also, I think doing something new is like, for example, like say you did it in France or a UK-based one, doing it in a ring in front of a crowd. I don't think you've done before, have you? Like wrestling in front
Well,
of a crowd.
I've never had a wrestling match in front of a
Do you know what I mean?
crowd,
That is. Does that not excite you?
Yeah, no, that would be sick.
I feel like the whole
I
concept
think, right,
is
I'll be
less
real,
interesting.
I'm just fucked right
just
now.
need to-
Like,
yeah.
I've 2 weeks in Africa non-stop, going here, there and everywhere, battered and bruised. I just think I need a rest. So like
Exactly.
right now, the idea of thinking of anything else, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
I feel
Do you know what I
exactly.
mean?
I know exactly how you feel. Don't worry
I
about
can
it.
imagine your marathon has taken it out of you.
Yeah, because if you haven't noticed, Theo has got the medal behind him. You did Boston Marathon.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You want to tell us about it?
Only if you actually want to hear me out.
I
on
wanna
this.
hear.
Look,
I
do
would
you-
love
Do you
to.
care about it? Do you
I
care
care.
Why?
about
Wait,
me?
why would you think we don't care?
You know, it's just a bit boring, isn't it? Like, oh, Theo's done another marathon. Like,
But
yeah.
No.
Boston's one of the big five.
Well, it's one of the big six
Big-
majors.
oh,
There's, now
big six.
there's now 7 now, actually, with Sydney. It's a very, I will say, it was very, I felt honoured to be there. It was a very prestigious event. Obviously, the history, it's the oldest marathon.
Is it?
Oldest
Was
official
that where it
marathon. Yeah.
originated from?
It didn't originate, no, it originated in a place called Marathon in Greece, like in Greek times.
There's a place called Marathon.
Yeah, I think this.
Really?
I think
I
the
didn't know
story is this Greek
Is there a place
soldier.
called 5K as well?
No, there's a Greek soldier who ran from like Athens to Marathon to deliver like a note, and when he got there and delivered the note, he just dropped dead and died.
Oh,
Yeah, and it was 26.2 miles to Marathon. I think that's the story.
That can't be true.
I swear, mate. That's why it's called a marathon.
I kind of hope it is true. Not the guy
Yeah,
died. That's,
but also, mate, Boston was like very emotional. It was fucking amazing. There were
Why'd you
so
cry?
many incredible stories. I didn't cry. What, you not watched my video?
Now, I'll tell you why. Because you uploaded it to Theo Baker Extra.
So
So I thought it was like behind the scenes. I was waiting for the real one.
it was just more of like an emotional roller coaster where I went from, obviously with my IT plan, I didn't know whether I was going to start, let alone finish it. And the fact that I got under 4 hours, I was extremely proud of
I
myself.
did get sub 4.
I did get sub 4, yeah.
what do you draw on to like dig deep
Oh,
and,
mate,
and
it-
ride out? Because like
It was hard.
when it's literally you've got to actively push through a pain. Just you like imagine like 9 out of 10 pain, and you're just
That's what it
pushing through that.
felt.
Like how do you continue going?
It was one of them. It was almost hard. It's like from about 32k onwards, it's just after the hills, and the hills just, mate, I've never been destroyed like that in my life. They destroyed me. And you know when if you ever had cramp and you physically, you know you have to keep moving forward, but you can't.
Yeah.
I walked a lot of that last 10K. Like I walked a lot of it. And I just said to myself, like, if I stop, I'm not going to get anywhere closer to the finishing line. So if you just keep going, keep moving forward, doesn't matter if you're walking and running, just keep moving forward. And I came up with a line during it. Well, I was a bit doolally, if I'm being honest. Like, I was on a lot of painkillers, and like there's a lot of things going on around you. And I came up with a line, and I said it to myself. I kept thinking about it to myself, like pain is a privilege, and it's a privilege to do hard things. Because there's a lot of people out there who will never get to do that. So the fact that I'm even able to do this is amazing.
It is.
So you just have to keep going.
Yeah.
And when you get to that finish line, you'll be like, "Fuck, I did it."
What's your next big challenge then?
Is the Ironman, full Ironman.
When is
But I will
that?
say similar to, it's in August, but similar to you, mate. I landed Tuesday morning after the marathon, just like, I couldn't believe how much it took out of me. I was so dead to the bone, got food poisoning, then that cooked me for the next 4 days, couldn't recover, and I just had zero energy. I just had no desire to train, felt very lethargic. Yeah. But now we're starting to get back and I'm starting to feel better. And next stop, the Ironman. Obviously, you guys are going to come and support it, I'm guessing.
I would love to.
Where is it?
Sweden.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Now your eyes have lit
Sweden's
up.
a good place.
Yeah. Why is
Why?
that?
Home.
You love
Loads
Sweden.
of fucking sexy as hell sausages.
Nice. I turned 29 since we've been away.
You're an old man now.
Well,
How does that feel?
And you did mushrooms on your birthday, didn't you?
no, I didn't. I did them the week before, and we spoke about. Oh no, I did them a while ago. It was the week before.
How was your 29th birthday?
Do you know what? It was on that bank holiday weekend. It was the Monday, and it was such a long weekend that by the time my birthday came around, I just chilled out.
Because it's interesting, because his partner, fiance, wife, is the day before his birthday. I said happy birthday to Ruth, actually. She didn't reply.
You didn't
What do you
reply?
mean?
She didn't reply
Where did you message her?
on Instagram.
What do you mean she didn't reply?
Exactly how that means.
No, but are you sure? Pull that up.
Yeah, mate, it fucking didn't reply. I was like, oh. I'm just like, she hates me.
No, she probably just hasn't seen it.
Mate, didn't reply.
Oh, that is so out of order.
Yeah, I
I'll
was
speak to her
savage.
about that.
So how was your birthday?
I feel like as you get older, right, birthdays really become less exciting. I used to love them when I was younger. You get like all your presents from your parents and it was like exciting. Even when you were like 18, 19 and you'd organise like a big night out with the boys or whatever. I just dread birthdays now on the basis that like I don't want to be another year older.
Yeah, I get that.
But you were talking about my big birthday present. And you boys left it ages to send me a message, by the way. Was that some sort of like setup? Because then you messaged.
Yeah, no, we were like, let's ignore him and let's just pretend like we've forgotten. But then I was
No.
like to Theo, oh no, we can't do
Mine
this
was, I was actually asleep. I was in Boston. So you know when I messaged you happy birthday, it was
Yeah.
7 a.m. for me.
First thing you did?
First thing I did, I woke up to some mess of birthday.
Nice.
Yeah, 7 a.m. No, your birthday present, and we've had a bit of a hiccup in the road.
A hiccup in the road.
Yeah, the person I've been speaking to sort of just like stopped replying.
What?
So it's one of them ones where I've just sent them another message saying, "Hey mate, is this still okay?" So sorry to be a beg. Is this still okay?
What is it?
No, I can't tell you because I'm gonna pull it off and it's gonna be sick. I just need him to reply.
Yeah, but it's already been my birthday.
Yeah, I know, but mate, can you just wait? It'll be really, really, really good
fine.
actually.
Oh wait.
We've got some viewer questions.
Hi, Gendry, Joe, and Beta. Not so much of a specific question, but I would like some advice on my life situation. I was in a relationship from 2016 to 2024, which actually ended up with me getting legally married.
Why wouldn't you just say
We
married?
broke up due to a number of things, and 7 months later, I have entered the world of dating. I'm the same age as you boys and have gone through a lot. Am I doing the right thing by... am I doing the right...
Am I doing the wrong thing
No.
by dating whilst being still legally married? I will always tell the woman before meeting them that I'm married, but I feel an underlying sense of guilt due to my legal status. I am being patient with my ex while they are getting their affairs in order. Do you think I need to expedite the legal process for my own peace of mind, or do I just need to get over myself and crack on?
Like, realistically, what is anything? Like, legally married, what does that even mean?
No, I think...
Because, like, realistically, like, we're all just people.
But
I think
I
that's- Like, is it not when you go to visit these tribes and stuff, you realise, like, there's no rules, mate.
Yeah, well, there actually isn't. Like being
It's actually just
no, but it's a
bit of
fair
paper.
point. Like being legally married, all it means is that like the law, which is a creation of man anyway, right, recognizes you as like, nah, but it's back. Like, surely if your marriage is about commitment to one another, right?
But I think when you're still legally tied to someone, it looms over your head, and you have like this like draining feeling. It's probably it's getting divorced is a stressful process.
But it is also not real at the same time.
No, but all right, fine. I'll just murder someone and I just won't go to jail because
Nah,
it's not
because
real.
that's morally incorrect. Like morals are a real thing.
Do you know what I mean? I think this guy just needs to crack on and start shagging around, and just I would say increase the speed at which your marriage is being legally unmarried. But it's going to be a stressful time.
If you were back on the dating scene, right? Both of you boys. Let's say you were going out dating and you're going on a date with a girl, and she then told you, "Oh, I'm legally married."
It is a bit of a weird one, though. I would feel a bit like, "Oh, what? You're
But
married?"
would that be because she's been married before, and it's regardless of she's still with this individual or not, or is it the fact that you're still married?
Yeah, because then you can't marry her.
You're on date number 1.
Yeah, but that would come into your mind, would it not?
No, but you would be able to marry her at some point. I assume if
But you might not, though, because imagine this person just doesn't have the money for the divorce.
Anyways, Joe, how are you feeling?
Oh.
Oh, what? Where's Joe gone? Oh my God, he's disappeared. Yeah, no, guys. I don't know if you could tell. Joe's ill.
He's actually got he's got food poisoning. So
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell during the show though. Could you tell?
Yeah, no, because he was really upbeat. But the thing is, right, and this is shy. I'm gonna go sit where he sits because I feel like this is a bit awkward.
No, but then I have to stare into your eyes.
yeah, but that would be nice.
Oh, I don't like. Okay,
This is obviously I filmed an episode, just 2 episodes. Oh no, just 1 episode. Me and Weller.
how was it?
It was fine, but we've never done one. We don't really talk in real life.
Well, I was going to say actually, last time I spoke to Luke. Well, go ahead, darling.
Yeah, but I think we should.
Last time I spoke to Luke was in Paris, and he was very mean to me. Actually, he was very drunk and very mean, and so much so that I felt sad.
You felt sad.
Yeah, and you don't even remember being mean to me.
This is bullshit. You're making up.
You must remember. Even Reese was like, "Bro, calm down."
What did I say to you?
You just like wouldn't look at my face. You just look at my head.
I can't help that. That's not me being mean. That is an unintentional thing of like the hat. In fairness, the hat helps because now I do look in your eyes.
Tasty burger, mate.
But that's not even me being mean. But then you bring it up. You mention something.
No, you stare at my head and start laughing at me. That's what you do when you're drunk. As you all know, viewers, avid listeners and viewers of the show. Viewers and avid listeners. Luke, when he's drunk, is very mean. But hey, we digress. We must talk about Joseph Martin Weller.
Yeah, well, obviously on the train up here, he was obviously unwell. He was having like really bad stomach cramps, and we were speaking. Like the thing is, right? We actually, this is going to sound like a sob story, and it's not because we have like the most privileged lives going. Right, this is our job. We turn up and do this, but we actually can't phone in sick.
Oh God, cry me a river.
No, but like,
God forbid you can't phone in sick.
no, but
Oh no.
we kind of have to turn.
I feel so bad for you, mate.
It's not even me. I'm speaking on behalf of Weller.
No, but you can't phone in sick either.
I wouldn't phone in sick.
Could you do it tomorrow though? Couldn't you? You could postpone it.
Yeah, but he should have just said something to us in the morning.
He felt like he had a responsibility to the listeners and to us, I think. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you should prioritize your health over anything.
But do you know what? He's actually really upset because he thinks that this episode is so shit that people aren't going to watch
Yeah,
it.
I've actually kind of enjoyed listening about Uganda, but I think he wanted to make it a bit more funny in how it is. But it's kind of nice to keep it raw. And I know exactly how he's feeling because I also, myself, have been a big sufferer of food poisoning this week.
Yep, go on, tell us all about it.
Well, I got food poisoning.
Okay.
And actually, I didn't mention it on the show, but so much so that I mentioned this on Backside, another show, actually, very good show. Actually, check out Backside.
Oh, we also...
Oh, The Cube.
Yeah, The Cube has just come out.
Yeah.
The video...
Which apparently, by the way, Lou and Tom were like, apparently I cheated.
How?
Favoured Wafflin.
Oh, that's bullshit.
But then I saw no comments about it.
But then we just smashed...
You just were better at it, yeah.
I think part 2, people haven't seen that. Part 2 is coming out on the Wafflin.
Oh, yeah,
channel,
part
right?
2 is where apparently I cheated.
What? How?
Because I practiced the walk.
Oh, to be fair, you did cheat a little bit because you told me something.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but also at the end of the day, I was on your team at that point because you subbed me in. It was their fault for not subbing me in.
Yeah, they didn't want to do it.
Exactly. So they got what they deserved, man. But what was I saying? I was saying about food poisoning. Oh yeah, something I didn't tell you. Which I have told the Backside Boys, as I said. Great show. I shit myself. Yeah, legit.
You actually don't need to tell us
I legit.
everything.
I during the night, when it's really bad, I was throwing up. I was both.
Can I just say, I haven't shat myself since I was a kid.
No, neither had I, mate. And as 4 a.m. I was like, oh, it's really hot. Like I'm a bit.
Is this episode cursed? It may be cursed.
Oh,
Fucking
mate, just put
hell.
the fire out myself. Just battled a fire, changed into shorts. You know how it is.
This might be the most cursed. Oh my god.
Kind of cool, though, aren't they?
No. This might be the cursed waffling episode ever.
The cursed or the most cursed?
What did I not say?
Mate, it was well outside.
Yeah, it is hot. But
A bit too
can
hot.
we just say, right? Obviously, everyone will know. Well, they will if they follow me on Instagram. That producer Con, the creepy one,
R.I.P.
has left. We're 2 producers down. Ben, Theo's Ben, messaged me saying that we've got like a worse turnover rate than the Red Bull second driver.
Then the Red Bull, Yuki Tsunoda.
Huh. Is that?
Well, he's the Red Bull driver now, no?
Yeah, but
And it's R.I.P. to the others, but welcome back, Tsunoda.
yeah, I like kind of. I don't know. Was that racist or?
How's that? What? What? Anyways,
No,
yeah,
but
what do we talk about, Luke?
this is the first episode for our new producer,
Jabs.
and this must be the worst first day of work.
Yeah, how's it been?
Yeah,
No, it's been the worst.
He's not coming back.
Yeah, so Joe's given everyone food poisoning. Then we've had to battle fires. But here we are, Luke, just you and I, and you've had a great birthday.
I wonder if people ever wonder. They don't really have an insight into our individual friendships. You know, like when you're in a group of friends and you have a group dynamic, but like it's different when it's just the 2 of us.
Yeah, because it's not a group anymore; it's just a pair.
But like you don't really spend much time like alone with Weller, I would say,
No, I don't.
anymore.
Unless we go get lunch or something like that.
But like we have quite a good dynamic.
We have a quite a good.
We've been
alone
through a
time
lot together.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Well, you've been through a lot, and I helped you through it.
Well, yes, yeah, you could say that. But there's one thing that has been going on, Luke, and that is obviously the Spencer episode.
Yeah.
And that really went down with a hit with you lot back at home. So we're gonna have a look through some of the comments. And Joe, would you do ayahuasca? Okay, thanks for coming back. No, but seriously, I know exactly how he feels with food poisoning because I was cooked all last week. So it's a pretty rough time, actually. I can't lie.
Yeah, no, it's fucked. But we should stop like playing the violin for him. All right,
Yeah.
he's not here. He's fucked off. He's left the map here. He doesn't
He'll
care
get over
about
it.
you.
Anyways, lads, I thought Spencer's comment on the last episode. By the way, the feedback to that episode has been sensational.
Yeah,
It's
now-
so everyone's saying it's the best episode yet.
This is something I want to talk about, right? Because I feel like we have such a perception of what waffling should be and how it should be.
Yes.
I feel like we turn up every week and we're like, we need to make people laugh as much as possible within this like 60-minute time frame. I think the Spencer episode showed that actually people want something else as well.
Insightfulness.
Yeah, like it was quite deep. It was very much about Spencer's journey, the sort of struggles that he's faced, how he got through them, and how he's come out the other side. And I feel like that real conversation, maybe it is something that we've lacked a little bit since coming
Yeah.
back.
I think it does help, though, that Spencer knows how to talk. And it doesn't
Mate.
matter what he's talking about, you listen.
I actually back that. I could sit and listen to him talk about how like A4 paper is made.
Wait, funny you say that because Ellis Platten, Away Days, YouTuber, sensational guy, he says, I could listen to Spencer speak for hours. Spencer thought it was funny when he left a comment. He said, pleasure to come on, lads. Would have been nice if Theo would let me speak, though.
You did go mute again, though. I guess it was because you could.
Actually, I saw a lot of comments, Luke, saying that you took over the muteness. And sorry, we let our guests speak. Unlike some podcasts who constantly interrupt their guests.
Such as?
Toby Merrison leaves a comment saying Spencer's more like a mature Weller.
I think that's actually probably a fair shout.
Do you reckon?
I feel like Spencer's probably got like Weller's got that conversation in him, right?
Yeah.
Like you can have loads of
Yeah,
deep, serious conversations with Weller, but I feel like maybe when we come to here, again, I think we're all kind of guilty where we focus on trying to make people laugh sometimes too much.
Yeah.
And it's like if it's not funny, we think it's a bad episode.
Well, I don't necessarily think like that, but I know where that consensus comes from.
But you'd probably think, it wasn't as good.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
that maybe bad's a
Yeah.
harsh term.
But
to
also
use.
Spencer, I see the Spencer comparison there with Joe, but Spencer's like 5-6 years older, and I think you could see Joe being like that in 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Maybe after going through some ayahuasca,
Yeah.
or doing ayahuasca.
I would
Yeah.
say, but would you do it after that conversation?
No way.
It sounds too scary.
I don't need to do it. And Spencer said it to me. He said, I don't need to do it. He said, would you do it though?
No, I wouldn't. And purely because, number one, I think the process sounds too scary. Like, I'm not sure I want to go and see whatever the fuck it was he saw, right? I don't need to go through that. But I also think there are two sides to it. There is one where it's just like, oh, that's an experience.
Yeah.
I should do that because it's sick. And then there is the other of like, I've got nothing to lose here. I need something to try and fix me, and it's that.
Don't
But-
get me wrong. Sorry, yeah.
No, I was just going to say, I understand like both sides of it, but I don't think I fall into either category.
I will say I'm interested in doing it just for the fact, like, I wonder what it's like. But I'm also...
It's one of those things that I would love to try, but be able to turn off at the flick of a switch. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm there and I'm like, I don't like this, I want to be able to turn it off.
I think I would give it a go, but then I'm like, what's the point? Because I'm like, I'm happy with who I am. I don't want to change.
Yeah, but the counter argument to that would be, what if you went in there and you discovered something completely new about yourself that you never...
Imagine I come back and I'm all like, oh, shalom.
Hippie Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would there be anything wrong with that? What if you come back a happier person?
But what if I come back and like, I'm just so different that my girlfriend leaves me?
But what if that makes you happier?
But I'm happy now.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
No, but that's the thing. We're always constantly chasing something better.
Yeah,
aren't
you
we,
just
in
got to be
life?
happy in the now, man. Stop always looking forward.
This is what I always admire about you, because you're like so simple. You kind of like can't look ahead. You're just really present.
I do look ahead.
No, but I think it's a compliment.
But ever, like, you know me as a person off camera,
Yeah.
on a level. Would you genuinely say that I'm dumb or smart?
No, I wouldn't say. No, I used the word simple.
I'm not simple though. I have complex thoughts and emotions and feelings.
I think you're not dumb. That's for sure. You're a very bright young man. But
Young.
I think you're simple in a sense.
Stop just saying that.
No, but I think that's a good way to be.
No, I'm not.
I'm not saying you don't face any. Like, I feel like I'm very good at dealing with certain things and everything, so I never really find myself in positions where I'm like, I don't know what to do. I can't cope. But I feel like your approach to life is kind of similar, but in the way where it's a bit more
simple.
simple.
Well, I don't necessarily deep too many things. It's like I get annoyed, I have feelings, and don't get me wrong, I get pissed off or angry
No,
and
of
stuff
course.
like that.
Oh no, I know you get angry.
What?
Well, you got a dark side to you, haven't you? Not like that.
And
Why'd you make it weird? It's only two of us.
yeah, sorry, I don't know. Anyways, genuinely one of the best pods you've ever done, partly because Lollipop on Dirty Carpet Head was silent throughout. Proper good conversation. Why did I read that one? I could have just not run that one. Read that one.
Did you know he was talking about you when he said
No,
you said that?
I didn't read to the end. The potato smiley is creeping back into his shell as usual. Potato smiley beta baldy watches on as real sigmas.
It's just insults.
Yeah, well, I thought they were really positive comments.
Are they just no? Are they all just cooking you?
No, there's like, what a podcast, absolutely gripped by every second. Spencer speaks so eloquently, which is very, very true. He's a very good speaker. And one of a good friend as well.
No, and I think that's true. And I think that was one of the reasons we wanted to get Spencer on, because it all stemmed from that conversation that we had on the way back from the Leeds game that I said about. And like before we knew it, the train journey had just ended. We'd just been sitting there talking to him for like 2.5 hours about this, pretty much the ayahuasca trip and everything he'd gone through. And it was just like, oh my God, we've arrived at the train station. Like, where the hell has that gone? It was just such a good conversation. And I think it was one of those episodes when we filmed where I knew it was like a really good conversation, but I was like, I don't think this episode will pop. I think it would just do standard. So the fact that even when we first released it, 8 out of 10.
Was it?
8 out of 10, 3 out of 10 now. And I think that is perfect because it deserves all the views.
It's so interesting how like we come off of an episode of recording and we have we have our own perception of how we think that episode went.
Yeah.
And then the public will watch it and be like, it's a completely different perception of how it went.
Well, it's like,
I didn't know how it was going to go down. I thought you could go one way or the other in a weird way.
what did you think?
But I thought, like, even though the way Spencer speaks is so good and so engaging, I thought it could easily, people have been like, oh, fucking shut up. Like, what are you on about?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Could have gone down the loony crackpot.
Yeah, but
I think just the way he talks about
yeah,
it.
but I think it is to do with how he talks about it, where he's saying like, I know like the perception of this, like I literally did it because I needed anything to get me out of where I was.
Yeah.
Rather than being like, oh no, man, like you've got to open your eyes to this new. Maybe that's why Weller gets cooked.
I don't know, man. You're right. Weller does have that Looney Tunes sort of perception sometimes, I think. And also, if we didn't take the piss out of Weller, I think we would do an injustice to ourselves. Because it's not like we don't hear him out, because we do hear him out on more occasions than not.
He does it. Do you know what would be sick? I'd love to see the percentage of airtime that we get on Wafflin broken down between the three of us. I think that'd be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can do that, Jabs?
Words spoken in an episode.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting.
I bet if you put that episode into AI, it would count how many words each person speaks.
It probably could. Spikes.
Obviously, in other news, we have a couple emails, Luke, and obviously the guru's not here to answer. But I actually think that the majority of positive feedback comes from yourself and I during these emails. So
You genuinely believe that, do you?
yes.
Wait, are you just taking my credit? Are you just like putting yourself in with me?
Anyways, hi Joe, Luke, and Theo. Brackets the beta in disguise.
What is it though? Wait. What narrative have we created in which people think it's okay to just insult you the whole time?
See, what you're doing here is trying to make that comment right there seem real to me. And that guy's clearly having a joke. So the fact that you are now thinking it's true is kind of suspect myself. Because when they call you like Clive and all these names, it's banter. And when they say I'm a beta, it's banter.
Yeah,
But you don't see it as banter, and that's the issue in itself, Luke.
No, but there's a big difference between being called like Jackson as opposed to like big baldy lollipop head or something.
Do you not think it's more of an alpha move to be called that and say to yourself, actually, it doesn't rattle me?
Well, it's
So
like
I'm so much of an alpha that they think it's funny to even joke about it and like calling me beta.
it's like that meme. Well, it's not, have you seen the video of the kid on This Morning where he's like sitting with his dad and he's like talking about the nicknames that he calls him? Mate, surely you've seen that. Where he's like, oh, he loves it, like big, little, fatty, chunky. Like he's like abusing this kid next to him, and he's like, "You love it, don't you?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, no, I love that.
Have you not seen that?
I've not seen it, no.
Yeah, pull it up. You must live under a rock if you haven't seen. But that's what
Sorry, I'm not socially online.
Chronically
socially online.
He's chunky. Lena's my little chunky monkey, and we call him Chunky Monkey. But what's your granddad's nickname for you?
Fat boy one ear.
Fat boy one ear, and he loves it.
Because it was nothing vicious. You know.
Fat boy one ear, and he loves it. It's like a kid.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I love it. Fat boy one ear.
So like, is it that sort of thing where it's like,
It's just banter, bro.
nah, I think it is, but
Ultimately, you only get annoyed by banter if you think it's true, and I don't get annoyed by it. Therefore, it's not true.
but you do get kind of triggered by the he doesn't talk ones.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Oh,
So there's banter, and then there's just being wrong.
okay.
Do you know what I mean? Anyways, going back to this email.
Does it make sense for you to read it? Actually, no, it does. Yeah.
No,
please.
go ahead.
No.
No,
Please,
honestly, Luke, read.
I really, really want you to read this.
Okay. I was walking through town with my girlfriend when two lads across the road started whistling and shouting inappropriate stuff at her whilst I was walking beside her. That's just sort of a piss take, isn't it? I walked away with her to get out of the situation because it was obviously very uncomfortable. And then afterwards, I regretted not confronting them. And it made me wonder, what should I do in this kind of situation? Sorry. I'm not typically a big person, nor am I confrontational. But I also felt like I should have done something. Is it best to walk away or confront them and do something? And have any of you ever been in a similar situation? Thanks, boys, from an anonymous pussy.
Interesting, because there are two different ways that I look at this instantly off the bat, right?
You'd obviously one bang the shit out of them, wouldn't you?
No, I wouldn't. I'm not actually a confrontational person, but I will happily defend what I think is like right or wrong.
Yeah, agreed.
Right? But there's the flip side of don't get yourself in situations that are unnecessary, right? Because obviously that is like, and I know some people are going to look at that and be like, oh, you're just a pussy. Like, he could have said something to these boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be like, lads, shut the fuck up.
It's 2-on-1 though.
Exactly. You don't know what they're like. They
Yeah.
could be
If-
carrying.
Well, if they're doing this to your girlfriend and you're with your girlfriend, they have zero respect for anyone.
Yeah.
And that just shows that they could be fucking crazy and could come after you and kill you.
So what would you do?
I'd just be like, and just walk away.
Yeah,
It's
like,
embarrassing. You don't want to stoop down to their level. I'd feel more sorry for my girlfriend who has to deal with that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think as well, I don't know if Ruth would be the same, but I think a lot of girlfriends would be more annoyed at the boyfriend if they rose to that. Does
Yeah.
that makes sense?
Yeah,
So
no,
like, almost give them the time of day.
100%. Like, and obviously, you've got to remember then the situation that you're putting them in.
Yeah.
If you go over there, confront them, it all gets a little bit nasty. Then she's just there, kind of defenseless, with these two fucking lads
Yeah.
that are clearly cockheads.
I think he did the right thing by just walking away.
But does it make him a pussy?
It doesn't make you it actually makes you the bigger man
Yeah.
and the better man.
But when would it be appropriate then?
Well, if they're harassing, even though that probably is harassment, but like if they're like not stopping,
Like following you in the
following
street?
as well, that's a bit weird. But yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think if they take it too far, I wonder what they were saying though.
This is going down a bit of a like trigger warning route, right? But obviously, when girls go out, quite often like they get groped somewhere in the club,
Yeah.
bar.
Or whistled at and stuff like that. That happens all the time.
Yeah, but I would say like there is like a scale. I'm not saying whistling is all right or whatever, but like getting groped is obviously like on a different level. Like,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
you're being like physically touched, and like I'm sure Jodie has told you like it's happened to her before at different things, at different places or whatever. Do you ever wonder what you would do if you saw that happen to your girlfriend?
I think it would be quite hard not to get physically aggressive.
Yeah.
I don't get why that's funny.
No, it's good. No, I'm
You'd
like,
have to hold me back.
I'm
that's what I'd
nervous
say.
laughing because it was so
Do
intimidating.
you know that I've got a sleeper build?
You actually do. You're quite ripped under there. Actually, I showed a picture. I didn't show a picture. You posted a picture of yourself going like that.
After the marathon, mate,
Pretty sure it was Reese. He was like, "Fucking hell, Theo looks ripped."
I had a lot of comments about that. Actually, I can't lie. I'll get it up for you if you need to see it. But look at that.
They do say people with less hair have more
It had
testosterone.
nothing to do with that. I'm wearing a hat.
No.
But my point is, I've just run a marathon there, so I'm shredded as fuck. 'Cause I've lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And also, I look fucking ginormous, by the way.
You do, and I'm surprised
You
when
wouldn't
you.
mess with that,
Well, if you knew who he was, you probably would.
mate. This guy's run a marathon.
But that's what I
broken
mean.
knee.
So this guy right here, right, who's clearly got it under the hood, sees someone touch his girlfriend in a club or a bar or whatever. Can happen anywhere in the
They don't
street.
get smoked out.
You would just. I do think that you would have to. I think
you address it be like, hey, what you done there is wrong. You need to leave.
No, you would.
I say, what you done there is wrong. You need to go. Okay.
You would just.
So you need to leave now, or else. And if he goes, or else what? That's when you get physical. Or you put your hand on them. You just go, you. You have to just like test your waters, mate. You do have to do it though, wouldn't you? I'd go up to you. Imagine I came up to you, so right, out, just go, leave. Do you know how much of like a baller move that is?
Well, firstly, I'd be like, why? What the hell have I done?
Oh, defensive.
No, but
Then I
what?
smack you.
Wait, are you saying I'm the one that's groped Jodie in this
Yes,
situation?
in this scenario, yeah.
Like, why have I done that?
But if you go, no, not you. Let's say random. If you go up to someone and just say, "Get out of it now," like go, leave. Do you know, like almost disrespectful that is to someone. That's their manhood being like, ugh.
What, because you're throwing them out of a place that isn't even yours.
Yeah.
So then, okay, you've told me to get out, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Oh well, you're just a dickhead, aren't you?
That's it.
And then I smack you in the face.
Right hook, left hook.
No, body shot.
What? Why?
Because I don't want to risk actually killing you. It takes one punch to kill someone, mate.
Yeah, from a normal strength human.
You just said how the size
Yeah,
of
you
me
do
is
look. You do
generic.
look good. I'm just joking.
Not
But
generic.
what did you
Size
say?
of me is generic.
The-
Yeah, carry on.
No, I was just gonna say that about this. The potato smiley thing has really taken off, right?
Yeah, it's really got out of hand, actually.
I think there's a brand here for you.
Yeah, I might make my own potato smiley like that.
That's so up on screen. We
scrub
basically
daddy.
got. Mum's gone and bought a new Theo Baker shower sponge. Buzzing.
Oh my god.
What?
Are potato smileys like copyrighted? Or can I just go make potato smileys and put them in the frozen aisle in Tesco or something?
They're not copyrighted. Surely, because you can buy like McCain's or other brands are available.
Baker's potato smileys.
Mate, fucking do it. But how are you gonna stand out from the market?
Oh,
McCain's. It's not copyrightable.
Now, the specific shape and design of McCain's Smiles potato fries are protected by 3D trademark in the EU.
Well, what do you mean?
Maybe I'll make them a even smilier face.
Look, it says here, while the general concept of a smiley face consisting of 2 ovals for eyes, they're circles, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, if they're saying ovals, you can just do circles.
I'll just call them potato really smileys.
No, don't do that. Don't fuck it up. I actually think there's a lot of money in that for you. But if we were to release some Wafflin merch, which will come at some point, the potato smiley drop.
Mate, potato smiley hat. Potato smiley sunglasses. It's a lot.
What would they be like on the
Mate,
lenses?
it's getting caught on. I'm getting called. You know how like it's Jamie Vardy, Malfoy. It's now potato smiley.
Is that like... Because obviously I saw the Dubai video. Was it the... No, what was the video that you uploaded and all the comments were about potato smiley?
Maybe ice creams. I don't know. Or food. I don't know. Maybe I should review the best potato smileys in the world.
If you did even just a TikTok on that, that would bang.
This is what's happened when Joe's left. We're talking about reviewing potatoes.
Mate, he's going to watch this back and be like... He'll turn it off.
No, but seriously, this is Luke as a female.
No, that's fucking not me as a female. Have you not seen Black Mirror?
I'm not seeing this. I've seen the first episode about the upgrades.
Should we talk about that?
It's quite sad, isn't it?
It's actually
Very
it's a
real.
pretty harrowing episode.
Yeah, it is, because everything is about upgrades and just like ads and upgrades and ads, upgrade ads.
Anyway, for our next advert.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. I think it's a bit boring now.
Why?
People might not have seen it, might give it away. What happens?
Okay, spoiler alert.
Okay, fine.
Have you not that episode? I found so fucked up, and obviously it's such a bleak ending.
You found it so. I haven't watched the ending actually. You found it so.
You haven't watched the ending?
No.
Do you want me to tell you?
No, please don't. You found it so fucked up because it's so real to you, as in like that's so plausible of happening.
Yeah, well, like the concept is obviously pretty much in everyday life.
Yep.
But then, I feel like something like that could happen in the future.
Yeah.
Would you do it if you were gonna die? Actually, no, even better. Not better in that sense, but like Jodie was gonna die, right? Fucking bad, right?
Shit.
Something's happened to her. She's been in a big car accident. Her brain, mashed potato, right? It's like the inside of yours.
Inside of a potato smiley.
Exactly, right? So she's just fucked, right? This woman comes in out of nowhere. It was a bit shady.
Yeah.
She's like, look, we can save her. It's not that expensive. We'll pay for this, pay for that. Would you do it?
How much is the premium luxe version?
Well, yeah, but she doesn't tell them about that at first.
Yeah. All right. How much am I paying at the start?
$300.
Yep.
Say £300.
Yep.
No, but it's not. It's about all the other things. It's not just about saving her life. Like, what if you then can? The thing is it's bad because you can afford it.
No, but how
you
much
could pay
is
for
life
the, like,
worth, mate? How much is Ruth's life worth? How much would you have to pay a month for Ruth to stay alive?
No, I mean, I would pay anything.
How much?
I would pay whatever I could humanly, physically get together and like.
What happens if it involved you having to shove things up your arse? How much would you pay?
That is the route he went down, wasn't
Well,
it?
exactly. So, would you go to those lengths?
I actually didn't even think of that.
Would you, no, just a simple yes or no, mate. Is Ruth's life worth to you shoving dildos up your ass?
Does she find out?
No, why are you beating around the bush?
No.
Why
But
are you beating-
I just want to get a few
Everyone
answers.
finds out, mate. You're live on fucking Omegle doing it. How are you Ruth, are you watching this?
No, obviously,
Luke wouldn't shove a dildo up his ass to save your life.
obviously, I would,
So
but
you would shove a dildo up your
but
ass.
you also have to think about.
You don't have nothing to think about, mate. You've just saved her life.
No.
Congratulations.
But you've got nature, right? Of like, and we're interfering, and I think that would probably ruin our lives. Like,
But she's alive,
oh,
mate.
what are we gonna do when we go for dinner with her parents? They're like, oh yeah, I saw your video the other day.
Well, they would know. Obviously, the elephant in the room is you'd never talk about it.
Yeah, but they'd know.
Okay, fine. You dildo up your ass brings in $2,000 a month, and it costs $2,000 a month to pay for Ruth, right? You're making ends. This is
But can't I just go and work in Tesco?
no. I'm talking like $2,000 extra a month. So this is all your money you're working outside of your normal job is $2,000 a month. But then what happens? They get up it to $3,000, and you have no way of making extra money.
Yeah, and now I've got
unless
to like
you start,
no,
drinking your own piss and shoving dildo.
yeah, like now I've got a double dildo up my arse.
Yeah, would you do it for her?
Yeah, but where does it stop? At
There is no way of stopping. That's the whole point of Black Mirror, mate.
No, but
How far would you take it?
At what point does it get ridiculous where it's like...
That's up to you. At what point is her life not worth saving?
No, the thing is, right, I think you're baiting me here because you're going to turn around and be like, I wouldn't do that. And I'm just going to sit here and be like, yeah, I'd lob that up my arse, that up my arse.
No, I would do anything. But it's weird that you're like even thinking about it personally. But anyways, we'll move on to the photo of Sam Smith, which seems quite irrelevant because I have no idea why that's even on.
It's because he looks like you.
Doesn't though?
It came from the Reddit.
It's literally just a blonde person.
Well, with it, he's got short hair.
He's slightly larger than I am.
Oh, I do. You had that phase where you got a bit... Do you remember?
I saw a video of myself actually the other day. Oh, actually, earlier today from Pitchside.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually saw that, like, because I weigh 79 kilos now, right?
I weigh 81 now. I used to be 85 last week.
So rude.
Mate. Looks like times are tough for Baker. Hashtag Gayball Baker.
Oh, what? Oh, wait, what?
Gay football fitness. Wait, it's sponsored.
Wait, what's gay football fitness?
Why is...
So for those of you listening, right, we're looking at a what looks to be a video on YouTube Shorts, and it's gay football fitness.
But
It's
what
it's
has
a
being
sponsored
gay
ad.
got anything to do with football fitness?
Jabs, can we find out a little bit more about this? Can we search gay football fitness?
Like, why is anything to do with... Why is that relevant?
Well,
we'll find... Yeah, we'll try and find that.
Got a bit weird, that, didn't it?
Well, when does it never? But obviously, people have taken to Centre on a Bench really well.
Do you know what? You're actually a bit of a...
Trendsetter.
Yeah.
I
What,
actually am. I've got a lot of viral moments.
what are you doing? over there?
Centre on a Bench with Potato Smiley Boy right here. Do you reckon...
Wait, did you just fart?
Yeah,
by
it
the way?
stinks, mate, so much.
Mate, I fucking heard it.
I had such a bad tummy ache at 4 a.m. this morning.
And I was looking at you and I was
Because of
like...
the alcohol yesterday. I went out like a lad. Do you
Can
reckon
you tell us more about that?
we're doing a series on Backside where we do Come Stag With Me. So each of us, so me, Lou and Tom, have to plan a stag do for Reeve.
And you did,
Lewis's one yesterday.
which was...
It was like the concept is find the bride. So you go into teams of two. You look very fat there as well, mate. Teams of two, and you got to go into pubs and see if the bride's in there. At every pub you go into, you have to do a drink.
So it was Meg out?
No, the bride. Well, I won't reveal who the bride was.
Oh, okay, right. So it's kind of like that game, like the
Chicken game, exactly that, yeah.
But you had someone dressed as a bride.
Yeah.
Did you do the thing where you all stick like 50 quid in and they get like...
No, what is that?
Mate, that's like the best part of the game.
Oh,
so
no,
like,
we did have a prize for the winner.
So basically, right, say there's like 10 of you, you all stick in 50 quid, right? And then obviously pull a name out the hat. You're the bride in this case, right? You then get the pot of cash, go to a pub, you can just spend everyone else's money.
Oh, you got to find them quick.
Because then you've got to get to them quicker because then you can get free drinks.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
That is very cool. We should have done that.
So
oh
then...
my God, we found it.
Oh, okay, all right. We found the gay guy football. What is gay guy football?
Was he in your garden?
Oh, is he practicing feeling?
That's it.
What the hell is wrong? What the hell is wrong with this guy?
He's just feeling the balls.
And then he just walks towards it slowly.
Why is this making me feel very uncomfortable?
Because he looks like you?
He doesn't look like me. He looks like Mike Wazowski.
Hasn't he got one eye?
Yeah, but it's that oblong sort of shape, isn't it?
That is your kind of build, though.
It's not my kind of build. You've literally just said I'm built like a brick shit out.
No, your arms are bigger than this guy's, but like...
Thanks, mate.
Same outline. Hair.
Right. Did you watch the greatest British fight in the last 20 years? Eubank Ben.
I did.
What do you think of it?
It was absolutely unbelievable.
Sick one.
I'm not going to sit here to claim to be like some sort of boxing expert.
No, but I'm willing to learn, and I do like watching big fights.
Yeah, I do love watching like the big occasions. I think they're sick, right?
Yeah.
That fight, I actually don't know how they pulled it off.
That's unreal.
Like, firstly, you come out, right? I thought Conor Ben, I thought he was going to lose it, on the basis that he looked like he genuinely just wanted to murder Eubank.
He went out so fast, didn't he?
Yeah,
I thought
and
he was going to gas out.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to leave himself to be like caught, right? But then obviously they both kind of had their flurries, and then those final two
rounds were just wild. They were just throwing slingers at each other.
Like,
they weren't even moving. They were just standing still, whacking each other.
But like, I think what that showed to me was like the sheer determination and drive that boxers have, where it's like they were fucked. Like, I'm pretty sure if you asked them now, do you remember those last two rounds? They'd be like, I have no idea what was going on.
Yeah, probably.
They were both gassed. Like, they were like, Eubank looked like he was asleep in the ring. And then all of a sudden he'd come alive and just throw loads.
Hey, what though? I had money on a draw, and my cash out went up after the fight. Everyone thought it was going to be a draw.
Yeah,
It's going to be a rematch.
Yeah, there's got to be. The thing is, right,
Also, like, I know there's a clause and stuff, but is there a rematch wanted?
I mean, the thing is, if you get, it's one of those things. Like,
It's done now, isn't it? But I guess
if you ask for it again, what if the second fight isn't as good? Oh, that was disappointing.
yeah, but it will be good. They're two very, very good fighters, I guess. And how good was Senior coming out the car?
Yeah, but what are your thoughts on that? Because obviously he had come out before him. He was like, "Oh, I'm not being involved in this. Like, it's a disgrace. Basically, my son's a disgrace."
Yeah, but is that not all one big publicity stunt?
Yeah, that's the thing. Was it? Because mate, it was the ultimate mind game, right?
Yeah.
For Chris Eubank to be like, Junior, this is, oh yeah, well, like, my dad's essentially abandoned me. I'm just on my own in this thing. Like, I'm so low. I feel like this. Chris Eubank Senior coming out saying that stuff to the press.
Yeah.
Then fight night, mate, Conor Ben's probably like, having his
With
hands
his dad,
wrapped.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we got them on the road as family, like Vin Diesel. And then who pulls up? Eubank
Senior.
Senior.
Mate, that was like WWE when it was actually sick.
Mate, it was like WWE because it felt more like a show.
Lewis sent us a message in the group chat saying, "Lads, I'm shaking."
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a bit weird.
Yeah,
But he's a strange one.
yeah, he is a strange one. Yeah, but mate, it was an unreal fight. That's for sure. Would you step in the ring?
No, I've always said that. Like, I've literally got no interest in being smacked in the face.
Same.
Like, it's
Unless the price is right, obviously.
how much?
£500,000.
If like Misfits came along and they were like, you and Reeve,
No way.
$500,000.
To fight one of my best friends.
You were gonna say my best friend.
Yeah, he probably is my best friend.
Oh. So you wouldn't fight him $500,000?
It's a tough question. I guess I won't say no or yes.
If he got $500,000 as well.
I'll let my lawyers decide that one.
No, but is that not like that's like one of those things where it's like
Obviously, I'll
the
probably
boys,
say yes.
the boys collecting bags.
Yeah, but
together.
also I know Reeve would probably hurt me a lot. He's a stronger, bigger, buffer, sexier man than I am. So do you know what I mean? Like, he would.
Nah, he is.
But I'm faster.
I would probably disagree. I reckon he'd also have speed on you.
Checking, yeah, he is a bit speedy.
I wouldn't want to get in the ring.
He's a lot older though, considerably a lot older. He's like 35. So like maybe that would come into it.
What?
Yeah, Reeve's 35.
No,
yeah.
he's not.
He's 35. I'm
Really?
29. Yeah,
No, I know how old you are.
same age as you.
Yeah.
He's 35.
I actually cannot believe
Yeah,
that.
mad, isn't it?
How does he look so good?
Well, how does David
not
Beckham
in a
look so
zesty
good? Do
way.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Steroids. Anyways, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it there, aren't we, Luke? Because that's been a fantastic episode.
I mean, why don't you want to carry on talking to me?
Well, it's sunny outside. That's it for this week's episode, guys. Next week, actually, before we leave, Luke, obviously, it wouldn't. How funny would it be if the one time Joe isn't here, you do Gerard?
Should I do it?
Do it.
No, you know what? I got a DM from a Wafflin Mafia member
Come on.
saying, you should use this Gerard thing to your advantage. Because I get peer pressured every episode. If it's not Gerard, it's whole fucking sing. Oh, it's act. Just leave me alone,
You
right?
sing all the time on your guitar videos you post.
Do I sing?
Do you not sing?
No. He was like, you should use it to your advantage and use it to gain some followers.
Oh, how many are you on?
I'm on 30,000. You know, before Wafflin ended, I had like 38k. 8,000
You've lost
Wafflin Mafia.
8,000 followers.
Well, I had lost more. I was on like 27k and now I've gained like 3 since.
Bloody
That's like-
Nora, mate. That's a lot to lose.
Yeah.
Wait, your dairy milk reel was on 5.6 million views.
It's got paid spend behind it.
5.6 million views, 7,000.
Obviously,
likes.
not me. I'm not paying to promote. Like,
7,000 likes is good, legit likes though. That's really cool. 5.6. Do you probably wouldn't have gained followers.
yeah, no, I have. I gain followers like because it says like this
Really?
person followed you for
That's
your
sick.
ad.
That's very cool. So, anyways, we're beating around the bush here.
If you want me to do my Jared impression, get me to 50k followers on Instagram and I'll drop one.
There you go. How about if you don't do it now, you're not allowed on the next episode. Oh wait, you're actually just not doing it.
What do you want me to?
Well, banned from next episode, guys. Next episode will just be me. I know that you're all looking forward to that. It's me on my own. Fingers crossed Joe doesn't have food poisoning. Obviously, you're now banned. And make sure you rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Don't forget to hashtag it. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't go changing.
Peace.